Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be, She Knocks My Socks Off. Well, it's always nice when you meet somebody and she just takes your fucking breath away. And it's even better when you get to date them and cause her to fall in love with you. And I've got 2 emails from guys who have pretty much had those kinds of successes in their life I'm going to go through. But before I get into it, the first email is from a guy who's struggling with a girl that he's dating. And I got a quote I want to read to you, and then we're going to jump into the first email. And the quote says, "When you fall in love with yourself and your life and you feel like nothing is missing, but you would like to find someone to share it with, then you know you're ready for a relationship. If you're not in love with yourself or your life, then focus on making your life the way you want it to be. Take care of your body by working out, eating an alkaline-based diet, and having regular network chiropractic adjustments if you can afford it. If your job or career sucks, seek to change it so you can get up in the morning and look forward to your day's work. If your peer group has low expectations or is not very supportive or goal-oriented, seek out people who are like-minded, positive, and uplifting, and who share similar goals and values. You must become what you want to attract. People who like the same things tend to like each other. The more you can spend your life in your own way and work towards your dream life, the happier and more attractive you will make yourself to the opposite sex." And that goes for both men and women. When you're happy, when you feel like your life's work is something that is significant to you, that has value to you, that gives meaning to your life, that makes you feel like you're doing what you were put on this earth to do, you're going to be a lot happier than the guy or the girl who's slaving away at a job that they can't stand, but yet they're doing nothing to help themselves. So let's jump into the first guy's email. He says, "Dear Corey, I really need your help with my girlfriend. We've been dating for around 3 months and called exclusivity after a month and a half or so, which was at her request. I've read around the topic of understanding relationships before, so I had a vague idea of not showing weakness, etc., but I think I went too far, not showing enough affection or presence, too long between texts, not being available enough, etc. Anyway, around a week ago, all of my girlfriend's friends returned from university and she went to a party." And he says, "Is she seeing someone else? Following this, I heard next to nothing from her for a few days until I ran into her by chance. She was cold as ice and distant as anything." Well, when you see your girlfriend, you're going to hug her and kiss her and say, "Hey, baby, what's up? How are you?" And if you could tell she's cold and she's icy, you go, "What's the matter? You don't have that normal spring in your step. What's up?" And she goes, "Oh, nothing." "Oh, don't tell me nothing. What's up, sweetheart? You look sad. You don't look like your happy-go-lucky self. Talk to me." If if she says, "Well, I can't do it," it's like, "Well, let's get together and talk about it over dinner. When are you free to get together?" That's the best way to make a date. He says, "So I looked up your website and your ebook, and I played it distant myself. Yesterday, she reestablished contact with me saying, 'All right, stranger, how are you?' He says, I left it a little too long, perhaps, before replying with a simple, short answer. I would have said, 'I'm doing great, sweetheart, but you know what? I'd be doing a whole hell of a lot better if I could look in those pretty eyes of yours and kiss those beautiful lips. I want to see you. When are you free to get together?' Remember, in my book, I talk about it's a scientific fact that women are more attracted to men whose feelings are unclear. And so all of a sudden, she hasn't heard from you, and now she's starting to wonder, and she reaches out. And if you've been reading my book, you would understand that means if a woman reaches out to you, it must be because she wants to see you. And if you handle yourself just like I explained a minute ago, you'll be golden. The worst thing you can do, because a lot of guys do this, and I don't know where they get this from, but the average guy, when they start trying to play games, the woman reaches out, and then they don't go anywhere with it. They're just like, "Oh, hey, I'm doing great. Nice to hear from you." As if they're waiting for her to ask him out. I mean, you're the guy. You're the one with the penis. You're the one that's supposed to be direct, decisive, and make a date happen. And if you just go around in a circle and then you leave the conversation without asking her out on the next date, she's going to start to think you don't give a shit about her anymore. Or maybe that you're just playing games. And that's not going to help your situation. He says she then texted again today saying, "Hey, how have you been? I've hardly seen you," with a little X. He says, "I took this to show uncertainty as to where she stood, so I replied, 'All's well and accounted for. I think we should have that meal. Are you free Thursday?'" And she came back with, "No, sorry, I'm rehearsing all day and then working in the evening." He says, all is true because it happens, but no suggestion of an alternative day." Again, you say, "Great to hear from you. We should definitely get together. I want to see you, sweetheart. I miss you. When are you free to get together?" That's the proper way to handle it. Not going, "Hey, how about Thursday evening at 8? He says, immediately after this, she said, "So busy recently. When was the last time I saw you properly?" And again, she's bringing it up. I would say, "Yeah, you're right. We haven't seen each other. I miss you. I want to see you. When are you free to get together?" I say it in videos all the time. It's in my book. Apply it. He says, "I didn't want to seem overly eager and wanted to suggest I'm happy with or without her. So I simply said, midway last week or so, not to worry, break a leg and all that jazz." He says she's an actress in parentheses. He says, "This seems like progress, but I'm not sure when to suggest another meet." Well, the problem is you obviously weren't paying attention to what was in the book, because if you'd have been applying what the book said, you would have said what I just said in this video a minute ago and in countless other videos. When are you free to get together? It's really simple. "I want to see you, baby. I miss you. When are you free to get together?" If she's reaching out to you, that is the proper response. That's what you're looking for. She's reaching out, you assume she wants to see you, and you make a date. That's your job as a man, is to be direct, decisive, and make that shit happen, but you're not doing that. You're just kind of going around in circles like a dog chasing his tail. He says, "Should I really leave it a week? And if so, do I really want to cut contact completely again?" Well, you really haven't stated what you've been doing, but obviously something has changed here, because something was going well for a while, then all of a sudden she started backing off. And so what happens, what that tells me is you realize something was wrong. That led you to my website. You started watching a few videos. Maybe you started looking through the ebook, and then you backed off. And what happened? You backed off, and guess what? She reached out to you. "Hey, stranger." That means she's ready to see you. That's what you assume. But you got to handle setting a date properly. You don't just continue to be cold as ice and do nothing. He says, "How can things have gone from so great to nothing so swiftly?" He says, "I really don't feel I've showed much weak behavior." Come on, man. Seriously? You really believe that? I don't think so. He says, thanks very much for your help. So, well, that's what will be helpful about reading the book. When you read the book, then you're going to know exactly where specifically where you went wrong. But the reason you have to read it 10 to 15 times is because there's pickup skills, there's dating skills, there's relationship skills, there's quality of life issues, things that we need to focus on as human beings, both men and women, in order to make ourselves more attractive to the opposite sex. And like I said, you'll be able to self-diagnose that, but you read it 10 to 15 times so you can learn the fundamentals, because there's transitioning from pickup to dating to relationships. And once you're in relationships, you have to understand how to use those skills, but you also have to understand basic pickup, attraction, and dating skills as well that are in there. And there's no way, unless you have an absolute photographic memory and you can read a 270-page book and know every single page, the average person needs to read it 10 to 15 times, because most human beings are going to retain 8 to 10% of what we hear, of what we read, or what we watch, if you're watching, obviously, a video. And that's why you want to do it 10 to 15 times. That way you get 100% of it committed to memory, to where you don't have to think about things. Because part of it is you've started my work a little bit, but because you haven't taken the time to really get into the book, she's reaching out to you, you're getting the desired effect, but then you're kind of falling all over yourself trying to set a date, and you're not going about setting dates properly. And that's why you're not getting anywhere. But the good news is you did try to set a date, and she said she was busy. The next time she reaches out to you, assume she wants to see you and say this. Hey, baby, it's really great to hear from you. I'd love to see you. When are you free to get together next? Wait for her to tell you, and then you make a definite date. It's really simple. And you just say, great, I'll see you then. I can't wait. Hang out, have fun, hook up. It's that simple. But you're tying your shoelaces together if you don't get through the book at least one time. Because you're right in the middle of a problem right now, and that problem is only going to continue to get worse and worse and bigger if you don't learn the fundamentals and fill in your knowledge gap, because things were obviously going sideways. And what happens is you got to learn the balance between pursuing too much, which you might have been doing that in the past, and that's why she backed off, and not pursuing enough, meaning like now she's reaching out to you, not making dates properly. That's what I would do if you're still confused, book a phone session. And if for any of those of you who want to book phone sessions, it always takes a week or two for me to fit you in my schedule. If you need quicker assistance, that's what the email coaching is for. So let's get into the first success story. This guy says, hi, Corey. I wanted to take a moment to thank you for your outstanding work, which has absolutely changed my life. When I met my current girlfriend, a beautiful, sexy, passionate, fun, selfless giving woman, I was blown away. To quote you, she knocked my socks off. That's fucking awesome, dude. That's what I'm all about. I'm interested in helping you be with a woman who knocks your fucking socks off. Because if you're with a woman that's just, she's okay, you're never really going to put in the effort to make it spectacular when you're together. Most people settle in this world. They settle for the people they date. They settle for mediocre friends. They settle for a mediocre career. They settle for a mediocre business or business partners. They settle for a mediocre lifestyle. And everything is just mediocre or just okay in your life. And it's not really knocking your socks off, if you will. Are you really going to love yourself enough and feel good about yourself enough to go to the gym and to take care of yourself and to eat healthy? Obviously not. He says, but I made a lot of mistakes in the beginning, which led me to your work. I plunged see, this is what it's beautiful about this guy's email. He got himself in the same kind of situation as the first guy whose email I just went through, and he fucking handled things. He got right into it and started studying. He filled in his knowledge gap. Knowledge is only potential power. It only becomes power when you actually apply it and take action. He says, I plunged myself into your book and videos and diligently applied your teachings to astounding effect. Once my girlfriend was in her feminine and I found my masculine core, the effortless magic happened. That's fucking great, dude. Good for you. You fucking deserve it, dude. This is your fucking birthright. This is the way God designed us to be. Easy and effortless. But where the fuck is the instruction manual? I'm talking about it right now. He says, we're coming up on 2 years together and are growing closer every day. This morning I woke up with the following text from her. It's a testament to your work. She said, in her text, she said, your confidence is very high. Very, with an exclamation point. Your inner peace, strength, and assurance makes me feel like the luckiest woman in the world. You're a fucking stud, dude. Not to mention your beautiful smile, sparkling eyes, and a very hard body. Can you tell how much I want you? Question mark, question mark. That's fucking awesome, dude. Many thanks, Corey. Life is sweet, and I have never been happier. Great fucking job, dude. Not only are you changing your life, but her life, but everybody that gets the honor of being around the two of you. Because they're going to want to know, what is your fucking secret, dude? That's fucking awesome, dude. I'm so happy for you. Good fucking job. Pat yourself in the back. You are a 3% man, my friend. You are an alpha male. You have done the work. You applied the fundamentals diligently. And just like I always say, even if you think I'm an asshole or a jackass, apply what I teach and you will see that it works for you. How many guys on the internet can say that? How many guys let you read their book and learn all their best information for free? I hear crickets. Nothing. So let's get into the second email. This guy says, "Hi, Coach. This is really not a question, but rather a testimonial. God bless you. You really speak the truth. I've had women personally tell me that every time I was on Facebook and didn't contact her, she would wonder why. And every time she did start to contact me, I would keep it really short and she would go into overdrive questioning herself whether I actually liked her or not. Remember, it is a scientific fact that women are more attracted to men whose feelings are unclear. When they become uncertain, what do? They reach out to you. And that's why I say in my book, when they reach out, what do you assume? Oh, she must want to see me. Why? Because I'm a 3% man. That's why. Hey, baby, I want to see you. When are you free to get together next? Great. Let's get together. Then Tuesday, 8 o'clock, I'll pick you up. Or Tuesday, 8, I'll see you at my place. We'll make dinner together. Bring a bottle of wine that you brought last time. It was really great. Really simple, dude. He continues on, she also told me that she loved the occasional bold compliment. Like, for example, when I told her I found her legs sexy. And I do. It's an authentic compliment from your heart. God, you've got a great body. God, you have beautiful fucking legs. I love your lips. I remember I was reading, this is an interview a couple years ago with, who was it? Catherine McVie, who's, oh, God. She is a fucking babe. What an amazing woman she is. I remember in the article she said, I just want a guy to say, I love your lips. In other words, an authentic compliment from the heart that just says what you love about her. God, I love your eyes. God, I love the way you wear your hair. I love the fucking way you move. I love how you talk. I love the sound of your voice. You're fucking intoxicating to look at. Be real, be authentic, or shut your fucking mouth. Don't go, oh, I really like your nails. I like your hair. Be real, be authentic. Don't be kissing her ass. Speak from your heart without fear. It's a gift. You don't say a compliment to get something in return. That's just a bribe for sex. You say it, you're giving it as a gift from your heart, and you don't require anything in return because you don't need anything. Because you're already happy, whole, and complete as you are. So he says, guess what? I went out with her, and in the middle of the date, out of the blue, I just went for the kiss because I really felt like it. The key is, he felt like it. And seeing the setting wasn't even what you would call the perfect romantic movie type of environment, it didn't matter. She admitted that she was so confused about my feelings that doing what I did totally unexpected, and she loved it. Of course she did. Just like fucking James Bond style, dude. He says, anyway, bottom line is, have fun, hook up, and go for what you want, and keep it cool. He says, cheers, Coach, you're the best. Well, thanks for sharing, dude, and thanks for applying the fundamentals and being awesome, because you're making that girl, whoever she happens to be, a very happy lady. And the world needs a lot more happier women that have men that know how to treat them and love them and take care of them and cherish them and celebrate them and communicate with them like adults without creating any kind of bullshit fucking drama. Life really is simple when you think about it. Being healthy, being successful, being happy, having great friendships, having great relationships. It really is simple when you understand a few principles of human psychology, of the way men and women are designed, the way the Creator made us. Life is beautiful. So if you'd like to get my help personally, the quickest way is to book a paid phone coaching, Skype session, or email coaching session. You can choose any of those options by going to my website, clicking the products tab at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. And if you have not got a copy of my book yet, you can download the Kindle edition in under 60 seconds or less, or you can order a paperback version, all from Amazon.com. The title is How to Be a 3% Man, Winning the Heart of the Woman of Your Dreams. These last two emails, these guys were definitely winning the heart of their dream girls. On my website, underneath the email sign-up box, there is an image of my book. If you click on that, it'll take you right to my Amazon page. You can either click on paperback or Kindle version. Get whichever version works for you. Also, if you're watching this video on YouTube, if you right underneath the video where it says show more, in every single video, all 1,500 of my videos, there is a link that will take you right to the Amazon page of my book, so you can order whatever kind of copy you would like. I will talk to you soon.